In addition to education cuts, healthcare funding would also be slashed by billions. A late night on Capitol Hill as we take a live look in. Senators consider now the proposal that just skated by in the House yesterday, 217 to 215. Now, the measure is supposed to bring $2 trillion in federal savings, but this would be the latest in a series of cuts already impacting resources in North Carolina. WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay spoke to one local group asking where's the money.
The North Carolina Navigator Consortium helps connect people with health care that fits their budget and eligibility. Now, they've already had their budget slashed weeks ago, and while the Trump administration says they're getting rid of waste, I spoke with people in the organization who say these budget cuts could be a disaster for North Carolina. Looking for health care that fits all your needs is a hassle.
They need a safe and knowledgeable person to help guide them through that.
That's where the North Carolina Navigator Consortium comes in.
Just in the last year, we helped over 100,000 North Carolinians with one-on-one assistance.
Nick Riggs and Cassidy Estes Rogers are both with the consortium. Programs like theirs received $98 million in federal funding last year. This month, that was cut to $10 million.
A 90% cut to Navigator funding is devastating for our community.
Already, they're having to cut back significantly on what they can offer. But with House Republicans proposing cuts to Medicaid, potentially $880 billion worth, the consortium is worried. Wednesday, the state's Deputy Secretary of Medicaid told lawmakers he estimates $27 billion lost in North Carolina alone.
There's a lot of folks that we work with every day that rely on Medicaid as a lifesaver, as a lifeline.
House Speaker Johnson said he's confident they can save on Medicaid without eliminating coverage for those who qualify.
To identify and eliminate $1 trillion of waste of your taxpayer dollars, you ought to be standing up and applauding that.
But the timing for North Carolina is critical after a just recently passed Medicaid expansion, something the Navigator program helped 365 people enroll in Charlotte alone.
Cutting Navigator funding while also having changing regulations and changing programs is really devastating.
They say the consortium will keep offering whatever they can fit in their new budget.
The misconception is that it won't affect you.
And look out for cuts to come. Now, the budget bill also calls for $4.5 trillion in tax cuts and includes $100 billion for immigration enforcement and the military. But again, this would still have to be approved by the Senate to be fully adopted. In Uptown, Julie Kay, WCNC Charlotte.